Okay. Next one. Roy says, have an appointment with a lawyer, judge, and myself tomorrow. Just listening to this podcast about topics has helped me get ready for the phone call at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that was more than a day ago, so he already had the hearing. Hopefully it was an approval, or it might still be pending to get the decision, but
Well, you came
yeah.
up with the brilliant idea, and I have gotten so many positive comments from my clients
Mm-hmm.
because we now send them a link to the hearing video that I made
Mm-hmm.
many moons ago. And I just tell them, it's about 40 minutes. Watch it because it's going to walk you through the mechanics of the hearing. The phone is going to ring. This is who's going to be on the phone. These are the types of questions that you can expect. It's going to just walk you through everything. These are the questions that I'm definitely going to ask you. This is how long it lasts. This is kind of the order that they all go in because they're all pretty much the same, whether you're in Maine or whether you're in California or you're in Florida or you're in Alaska. They pretty much all go the same.
Yes.
But my clients, when I call them to prep them, because I still call them and prep them even if they've watched the video.
Sure.
But that's the first question out of my mouth. Hey, did you get the video link that we sent? Yeah. Did you watch it? Yeah. I symptoms. You did watch it.
Yeah.
If you say that, I know that you watched it because I say that a lot in the video.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's helpful. I'd want to know something. I don't know if we've talked about this. My first hearing, I had been doing this, advertising and preparing clients, and just basically doing it. I'd spent a decade and a half working in disability for Social Security, but when I jumped ship, for about the first 6 months, I didn't go to a hearing. I mean, I was getting clients, and so after I amassed enough clients to where I had my first hearing, I knew nothing. I didn't know how the hearing goes. I didn't know what I was supposed to say. I didn't know when I was supposed to say. And, I think about that when I hear things like this, or when I prep my clients now. I'm like, it sure would be nice to know how it's going to go. Something as simple as telling them around the time of your hearing, the phone is going to ring, and I'll already be on the phone because they call me first to make sure that they have your number. That's the mechanics of the hearing, but
Yep.
it's nice to know that, and it's nice to know that for the most part with these phone hearings, they're running pretty close to on time. And then when we get in the hearing, this is how it's going to proceed. These are the questions you can expect. This is how it's going to proceed. This is how long it's going to last. And I wish that I had that kind of, knowledge when I first,
Absolutely.
jumped ship and started practicing. So I see the value in that and giving my clients, here's the heads up. You can watch the video. And the great thing, you can watch it as many times as you want to.
Yeah.
You're only going to get a phone call for me to prep you one time, and it'll, I'll basically tell you everything. And if I feel we're in good shape, I'm going to let you go. And then the next time we talk, we'll be in the hearing. But you can watch that video, 1 o'clock in the morning eating popcorn.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad if you do, but you can.
Yeah, and a whole nother element that we've added to the company with doing this podcast and with doing any kind of clips that we produce, if a claimant comes to us and they already have a lawyer or they already have a representative and they want our help, granted they're not trying to fire their rep, they just want our help. They already have a lawyer. We're not going to help them. We can't ethically help them. We're not going to mess with that case. Like, look, man, if you have a hearing coming up and you have a lawyer, you need to speak to your lawyer. We're not going to get on the phone with you, and because even if we could give you good advice, we don't want to interfere with the advice that your lawyer is giving you.
It's
But with the content that we're producing, just general information about how this is how the initial stage works. This is how a hearing works. This is what you can say to increase the odds of winning. All this content that we have online, even if you're not a client of ours, whether you're working with a different firm or you're working with no firm and you just want to go at it yourself, we're still happy to help you out just by
Sure.
sending you these videos and
Sure.
helping the general public instead of only our clients that we're representing. If you have a question about your disability case, give us a call at 615-453-9151 Monday through Friday, or click the link in the description of this video.